The 2022 NTT IndyCar Series season made its way to Mid-Ohio for the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. This was held during Independence Day weekend from July 1st to July 3rd, 2022. Mid-Ohio kicks off the last half of the 2022 season with 9 races to go. From where we last left off in Road America, Marcus Ericsson leads the championship. In qualifying, Pato O'Ward wins pole position. He becomes the 9th different pole position winner from 9 races this season. The top 3 in the championship, Marcus Ericsson, Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, they all struggled in qualifying and will be starting mid-pack. Then on race day, the initial start would be called off because most of the field did not pack up altogether for the start. The race would properly start on lap 2. Going through the windy section of Mid-Ohio, Will Power would spin out, trying to make a pass. His car would not be damaged. He would be able to continue to race, but in the back. With not even 10 laps done in a race, we see Felix Rosenqvist retire with an engine failure. The pit window opened up on lap 24 and we would see some people pit. Pato O'Ward would start to experience engine issues, but he would manage to stay out. On lap 30, Kyle Kirkwood would spin out and crash into the barrier. This will bring out another caution period. But before the caution period did come out, this was during the period of the first pit stops by all the drivers. IndyCar officials let the drivers pit and then they called the caution period. After this first round of pit stops, Scott McLaughlin would lead with Alex Palou in second. On the restart, another caution period would be called right away with Jack Harvey spinning out Dalton Kellett and Dalton Kellett getting stuck in the grass. Jack Harvey would receive a penalty for that incident. On lap 53, Tatiana Calderon would retire with another engine failure. At this point, cars would be able to make their final pit stops during the caution period. Once again, this caution period was going to come out during the final pit stops of the race. IndyCar officials would let the drivers pit and then throw the caution period. During those final round of pit stops, Pato O'Ward would stall his car coming out of the pits. He was still in pit lane. They were able to wheel him back, but they would retire once again with engine failure. Colton Herta was the only driver that did not pit at the time. He would be frustrated as he did not pit with everybody else. There would be another engine failure with Callum Ilott from Hunkos Hollinger Racing. Callum Ilott would be able to bring the car back into the pits. We see Alexander Rossi forcing his teammate Romain Grosjean off track. And then a second incident happened between Alexander Rossi and Romain Grosjean, which sent Grosjean into the barrier. He would just get stuck in the grass. This would bring out another caution period. In the final laps of the race, Scott McLaughlin would hold off a closely fought Alex Palou to get his second career win, winning the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. Alex Palou finished in second, and Will Power would finish in third. Will Power made an amazing comeback. After that incident in the beginning where he fell down to last, he would make his way back up, finishing the race on the podium spot in third place. There were a lot of engine failures this race, and the common thing about those engine failures is that they were all Chevrolet engines. I'm sure during the race, other teams with Chevrolet engines were a bit concerned. And then there was some pretty wild driving throughout this whole race, and nothing more wilder than getting in a scrap with your teammates. Romain Grosjean, Alexander Rossi, Colton Herta would all make contact with each other. In the post-race interview, Alexander Rossi was suffering from understeer. That's what led to the contact with Romain Grosjean. But it was very hard racing within the teammates, and racing with teammates is that you don't take each other out. The championship standings after race 9 of 17 sees Marcus Ericsson still in the lead with 321 points. Will Power remains in second, and Joseph Newgarden in third. Alex Palou and Scott McLaughlin would move up the championship standings after their podium finishes in Mid-Ohio. The next race is in 2 weeks' time with the return to Canada for the Honda Indy Toronto. Coverage of the race and all practice and qualifying sessions will be exclusively on the Peacock streaming service. Now from the race of Toronto on, this will kick off another string of 4 back-to-back weekends of racing for the IndyCar Series. It's going to be an exciting summer of racing in this last half of the 2022 NTT IndyCar Series season. Thank you for watching this recap of the Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio. Please check out more of my variety of videos on the Spellgo YouTube channel, and as always, thank you for watching.